Hi everyone, this is Sunan from New Zealand. I'm an acupuncturist. Actually, I'm a fertility acupuncturist. I've been working in my clinic for the last 12 years. So over the last 12 years, we've been helping female and male fertility patients to get pregnant successful. So today, this is my first live video, and I want to talk about female fertility. So the first thing I want to talk about is a lot of patients, a lot of female come in for the first time to come in to understand about acupuncture for fertility. Is most of them is through Google searching, and to get to our to access to our website and to read about what we can help with their situations, right? So when they come into a clinic and they told us, like, well, I've been to IVF, or I have been trying for years, or the last couple months, or 6 months, or a year, or 2 years, and without any results, right? They haven't got pregnant, and there's no luck, and they have done a lot of blood tests or things like that, or some of them miscarriage, and they don't know what's going on, and there are no proper diagnosis for them, and so they've been told that it's unexplained infertility, unexplained infertility. So this is huge. They don't know where to go, so they go on Google and they search it, and people talk about acupuncture, Chinese herbs. That's how they got to our website, and then finally they make a decision and come to a clinic to talk about it. So I want to tell you that if you suffer from infertility issues, you definitely want to check out Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and you want to find the right one. What I mean the right one is, as an acupuncturist, okay, we claim that we can help a lot of stuff through meridians, okay, and organs theory. But when it comes to fertility, you really want to find someone who understands Western medicines, what all the tests saying about infertility, and what the hormone talking about, imbalanced hormone, what FSH, what LH, and what BBT means, or BBT means basal body temperature, what they're talking about, You don't want to just go to random acupuncturist, all right, and to get acupuncture done, okay, because there is much more than just acupuncture. Now, if you've been diagnosed with PCO or PCOS, okay, or endometriosis or fibroid, any kind, so this video is going to help you, because we are talking about Chinese medicine system, how we look at the full body rather than just reproductive system, okay? Then what happened here is I want to introduce what we're talking about in the organs, okay, in here. So this is something that we show to our patient. For every our patient, we have a video to talk about how the organs related to the entire body, okay? For example, here are the stomach and spleen. So stomach and spleen has a physical function, which they control muscle strength and shape, digestive system, and bowel motion. And stomach and spleen also has a function linked to emotion energy. So when this is imbalanced, you tend to worry a lot. You tend to get anxious. Okay, so you suffer from anxiety. Now you see, organs in Chinese medicine system, organs are the root of your entire body. It links to the entire body. It has physical function and emotional energy function. So this is important because in Western medicines, if you have stomach issues, they don't think that your anxiety, or if you worry a lot, your personality doesn't link to your organs. So this is totally different with Western medicine. But because of this, it means we have different system, different opinion, different way to look at the body. We look at the body, the whole picture. Which means if you have a diagnosis of unexplained infertility situations, you should check out Chinese medicines, because we might have the answer for you. We might be able to figure out what's going on with your infertility. Alright. Now when in Chinese medicine we talk about what is the biggest thing, the number one thing for female fertility. It is blood. Okay. Allow me to introduce you, talk about something about period, menstruation. I know I'm a male, but I deal with a lot of cases with women. And we have to talk about period. I don't get period, but my wife get period. But when we go to school, we have to learn about what is the pattern, what is normal of menstruations. Okay. The first idea for you, you get menstruation, right? It's female, okay? If you're watching this video, you know menstruation is bleeding. You get your period is bleeding. So we want to know, is it heavy or is it light? What does it mean? Heavy period, abdominal period, too heavy. That means you're losing too much bleeding, too much blood. So, or not enough blood, too light. Okay. So normally it should go period should about 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days, and you change the pad, tampon or pad, about every 4 hours. You change a full pad, full amount of pads, which means it soak up all the blood, and then every about 4 hours you change one pad for 4 or 5 days. If anything that lacks in there, we suspect that you are blood deficiency. So what is it important that blood deficiency? This might cause your infertility. So what that means, let me show you something. So you see, this is a plant, right? This is a plant. So if we put a seed in the plant, it will grow, right? Where do we put the seed? We put it on the soil, or in the ground, the soil. This soil is important. So what that means is, if I put a seed in here, it won't grow. If I put a seed with just a little bit of soil, just that a little bit, it won't grow, right? It needs a good amount, thick, very thick of soil to be able to seed properly. Yeah, you'll be able to, from the seed, grow to a plant. In this idea, we know the lining in your uterus is important. It's very, very important in fertility in women. All right. So where does the lining come from? The lining in your uterus, it build up gradually. After period, it build up. It need to build up to 8 to 9 millimeter. 8 to 9 millimeter to be able to get the embryo to implant properly. Okay, so where is embryo come from? Embryo means the sperm and eggs meet together, and then they combine and they become an embryo. Okay, and the embryo need to implant somewhere for the further develop. Okay, for it to grow better. All right, for it to develop into a baby, a human. All right, so this embryo need to implant on a lining, and this lining need to be thick enough to at least 8 to 9 millimeter. All right. So when we were back in China, I remember that my master, what my master do is we give them prescription of Chinese herbs, and then we ask them when they come to a mid cycle, we ask them to go and get a scan before they come next treatment, next consultation, examination. They go and get a scan and to check how thick is their lining. When it hit 8 millimeter, and then we check the BBT, which is basal body temperature, and if the basal body temperature show that this woman, the lining has hit 8 millimeter or 9 millimeter, but you haven't ovulated yet, we will change the herbs to help you ovulate. So this is how we do, because we want you to ovulate with a thick lining rather than thin lining. If it's 6 or 5 or 4, we don't want you to ovulate, because if you ovulate, the eggs meet the sperm and they become embryo. It won't implant properly, or if it implant properly and grow, it may cause miscarriage, and you don't want that happen. So it is important now. We know the lining built up from blood. Okay, so if you're not pregnant, the lining fall. It fall, it become a breakdown, it become period. That's where you get your period. So which means when we look at your period, if you have light period, we know. If you have very light period, we know that your lining is not thick enough at all, because you have very light period. Okay. Therefore, we want to build up your blood system. So you need to check your iron. So iron is a source of is a very important things that to build up your blood. You need enough iron. So you need to check your iron. Second thing, hemoglobin. Third thing, ferritin. Okay, what is ferritin? People very confused about ferritin. I get my patient and go back to GP, and the GP, it's funny in New Zealand, some GP will order the test properly, but some not, right? So I don't know what's going on, okay? So I now tell my patient, you have to tell your GP you need an iron test and ferritin test and a full blood test. A full blood test will including hemoglobin, all this stuff, okay? More than that, okay? White blood cell or red blood cell, all this thing, and it's a full blood, full blood test. The ferritin test and iron test, you need to order in a different test. Okay, so when my patient came back, a few of them, they said the test name is iron study, but the problem is they only test ferritin and no iron. So what does iron test mean? Iron test means the iron in your blood. Do you have good enough iron in the blood or not? Second thing, ferritin. Okay. What is ferritin? Ferritin is testing your the ability of storing iron. So ferritin is a protein that's to store your iron. So the ability of storing iron, you need that, as well as iron, how much iron that you have in your body. So those two things are important. You can get good amount of iron in your body if you take iron tablet or you get a iron infusion. You will have a lot of iron in your body, in your blood system, but the ferritin will be very low. In New Zealand, the normal ferritin will be 20 to 190. And in fertility case, okay, you want to be in the middle. When the ferritin is normal, you want it to be in the middle or in a high end, okay, which means is 190 is 95 or up to above 100, above 95. So this will be safe, will be good enough for you to get pregnant, or for you to build up the lining and for the embryo to implant properly. So 20 and to 100, between 20 and 190 is normal. You don't want to get something that people say is normal, and a lot of people go for fertility clinic and they look at the iron test and they look at the ferritin test and they tell them it's normal. So I have people who have 25 ferritin and that's normal, they say. I said this is not. For other people it's normal, but for you want to get pregnant, you want to get pregnant naturally, you need your ferritin to be higher, right? You need to build out your ferritin, which means you are lack of blood. So this is something that you need to concern about and to think about, okay, when you go for any kind of anyway, a fertility acupuncture or fertility expert or IVF doctor, IVF expert. You need to know this, okay? You need to know when they tell you it is normal, this is not good enough, okay? In fertility, we want your iron, ferritin to be in the half or in a high end, the normal of high end, not the normal of lower end, okay? This is the first thing that I want to tell you. I want to let you know. Keep in mind, this is very important. So in the next video, we're gonna talk about in Chinese medicines, okay, what organs, okay, what organs control reproductive system, and what organs, which organs, and control the blood system, okay? So you want to make sure that the organs is healthy, okay? And what signs, and we're gonna find in the next few videos, we're gonna break down one by one, okay? What signs, what symptoms that appear to indicate that you have low blood symptoms, okay? Apart from your period, okay? Apart from your period, we need to understand this thing, and gradually I'm gonna give you some idea It's a free idea. So how you can build up your blood system, okay, how you can build up your blood system through nature food. All right, so this is something that I'm very happy to share with you, and I hope that this video help you and give you an idea on what we think about, what Chinese medicine think about infertility issue in female. And in the future I want to talk about more about female infertility as well as male infertility. Okay, now thank you very much, and thank you for watching this video. I would like you to like this video and share this video to everyone that you know that they need about the information of infertility. Thank you very much. See you.